Hello students, today we'll start the last part of the life process, very important topic, that is excretion. So the process of excretion, we have already discussed about it in the nutrition process. Again I am repeating that one. You know that why this the excretion is a process of removal of metabolic wastes. So if you simply define excretion, it will be the process of removal of metabolic wastes from the body is called excretion. Okay, then question comes, what are the metabolic wastes? You know, the important thing is that metabolic wastes, simply waste and metabolic waste, the difference is there. So metabolic waste means the wastes which are produced in the body in the process of metabolism. Then again, and word comes, what is metabolism or metabolic activity? You know that in our body, already I've read that different organ systems are there. It acts like a machine. So many activities are going on. During that process, growth, repair of cells, nutrition, respiration, as we have already discussed about it, all these activities which are taking place inside the body of an organism can be called as metabolic activities. During that metabolic activities, some wastes are produced, and that waste can be called as metabolic wastes. So I can say the wastes which are produced during metabolic activities going on inside the living body are called metabolic wastes. Then this metabolic wastes, what are the metabolic wastes actually? So if we'll just write what are the metabolic wastes, and we will consider now in case of a human, because in your book, that is metabolism or excretion process is given in human being, how it takes place. So what are the metabolic wastes produced in human? So normally the metabolic wastes, the main metabolic waste is urea. Urea is the main metabolic waste produced in our body. How it is formed actually? During the protein synthesis which takes place in our body inside the cell, the urea is formed, and this urea is a harmful substance. So that waste which is produced during metabolic activities, during protein synthesis, that urea should be removed from the body, and that urea along with some water, it goes out in the form of urine. That's why the urine word is there. Urine word comes from urea actually. Urea along with some other waste and water, it forms the urine. So except urea, some other nitrogenous wastes, means the waste in which nitrogen is there, like ammonia, uric acid, all these things can be called as metabolic wastes, and these metabolic wastes should be removed from our body. Okay, and this metabolic waste, to remove this metabolic waste, for this removal of metabolic waste, we have a specific organ system in our body. I am considering about the human. there is a removal of metabolic waste is performed by a special system is called excretory system, and sometimes also we call as urinary system. Actually, if you there is a little bit difference between the excretory system and a urinary system, because most of the metabolic waste is urea in our body, and urea is given out in the form of urine. That's why the urinary system is name is given. But excretion process is performed by the system which is known as excretory system, because this system performs the excretion. Again, I will share one thing that already we have discussed in nutrition. We have already read there is a process called egestion. You know, egestion is a step of nutrition. The last step of nutrition is called egestion, and in this egestion process, what happens? It is also a process of removal of undigested and unabsorbed food materials. So the process in which the undigested and unabsorbed food material is removed from our body, that process is called egestion. It is a part of nutrition. Remember, students. But excretion is the process of removal of metabolic wastes. So the unabsorbed or undigested food which goes out from the body in the form of feces or stool through the anus, that is not a process of excretion. That is a process of egestion. Remember, students. But in excretion, simply I can say in normal language, I can say the passing out of urine can be called as excretion, but passing out of feces or stool is egestion, because urine is formed from the urea, which is a metabolic waste, whereas the stool which comes out from our body as a waste, but that waste is the unabsorbed and undigested food which is not digested and absorbed in the small intestine. That is why the egestion and excretion are two different processes. So remember, student, the urine and stool, they will be categorized into two different processes. Okay. Now we will focus only about the excretory system or urinary system. Okay. So in excretory system in our body, so the urinary system also we call this system as our excretory system. What are the components of excretory system? Components of excretory system. The main components are, as we have a pair of kidneys, two, a pair of ureters, third, an urinary bladder, and the fourth, urethra. So these are the four main components of excretory system or urinary system. I want to add something about this excretory system. These are the main components of excretory system. Sometimes, as I have told, that excretory product is urea. Sometimes also I can add to this that lungs, lungs can be also called or a part of excretory system, because the carbon dioxide which is produced inside the cell during respiration, that is also a waste product, and that should be removed from our body, and lungs have to remove the carbon dioxide from the body. Similarly, the sweat glands, lungs, sweat glands can also be part of excretory organ, but the main and important excretory organ is the kidney. Why the kidney is the main part of the excretory system? Because it removes the urea from the blood and forms the urine. So that is why it is known as also urinary system. So we'll discuss one by one about this kidney and ureter and urinary bladder and urethra. So if you remember, student, we have already read about this urinary system and ureter excretory system from standard 7. So if you remember that we have a pair of kidneys with just two sides of the backbone in the abdomen. Okay, from this side you will find two kidneys are there, and the kidneys are actually kidney shaped. Kidney bean shaped means the shape of the kidneys like this. There are two kidneys, one is left and one is right kidney. The shape is like this, and it looks similar shape and similar color with the rajma, you know, that we use as a food. Rajma is also called as kidney beans because its color and its shape is exactly like the kidney, but kidney is a little bit more bigger in size than rajma. Okay, so these two kidney actually it's supplied with. So here actually one blood vessels is there, and from that blood vessels similarly another blood vessels is also there. So just behind it I am doing that one. And so why I am giving two colors here, already you know that there is two types of blood vessels. One is called artery and another is called vein. So this is the red color is the artery, and the blue color is vein. So actually what happened, this is called renal vein, this one, and this one is the renal artery. Which one? This one. This. So two renal arteries there. So the branch of renal artery, renal vein, gives the blood. So what happens, you know, the artery carries blood from heart to body parts. So the renal artery blood comes to kidney, and kidney filters the blood, forms the urine, and the pure blood is again goes out in the vein. Okay, so actually the blood which comes here and then it goes to, and finally after purification it goes out to the vein, renal vein. So that if you compare the composition of blood inside the renal artery, means it is the impure blood, in the sense that metabolic wastes are present in the blood inside the renal artery. So after the purification by the kidney, the blood which goes to renal vein, that blood is pure blood, means the blood which is lack of nitrogenous wastes or metabolic waste, that is urea is not present here. So but pure blood and impure blood, I am telling about pure blood and impure blood in the sense of presence or absence of metabolic waste. But if you compare the renal vein and renal blood, deoxygenated and oxygenated blood, you know, the oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood is different. Pure blood and impure blood is different. Don't take that pure blood is oxygenated blood or impure blood is deoxygenated blood. Actually, oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood definition is different. That is the blood in which oxygen is present in more sufficiently, that is called oxygenated blood, and less amount of oxygen is present, then it is called deoxygenated blood. Whereas I am telling about the pure blood and impure blood as the pure blood means the blood in which metabolic wastes are not present, that is urea and nitrogenous wastes are not present, and the impure blood means the blood in which nitrogenous waste or the impure substances, that is the nitrogenous waste like urea is present, then it is called impure blood. So the impure blood actually comes through the renal artery to the impure blood, but it is oxygenated. Then it goes to kidney. Inside the kidney, the blood filters, removes the urea, then it becomes pure blood, as well as the oxygen is used by the kidney cells. So the blood which is goes to again renal vein, so that blood is pure blood which is lack of metabolic waste, as well as carbon dioxide is again goes back, so it is deoxygenated. Pure blood deoxygenated, but whereas it is oxygenated but is impure blood. So I think you will be clear about this pure and impure, oxygenated and deoxygenated. Then we'll come to that. So after we'll read about the kidney in the next, but little bit outlook we'll do that after filtration of the kidney, what happens from the kidney, another one you know that it is joined with kidney, and from the kidney one tube comes out from each side actually, which is called as ureter. Okay, so as I told that the blood which is goes to kidney filters the blood, it takes out the urea and nitrogenous waste, and that nitrogen waste and urea in the form of urine comes through this ureter. This is the ureter, and this ureter is connected to a bag-like structure which is known as urinary bladder. This is urinary bladder, and this urinary bladder, what is the role of urinary bladder? The ureter, from ureter the kidney filters the waste, and the waste, the urea in the form of urine is collected by this ureter. It will passes to urinary bladder. So this urine will pass to the urinary bladder from both kidney, and then when it will collected in the urinary bladder, when it is become sufficient, then it will pass out through this opening, and this opening is called urethra. So it will pass out in the form of urine through the urethra. So urinary bladder actually stores the urine temporarily. When little amount of urine is collected, then it will give, actually there is a you can say that there is a sphincter, you know, that we have read in digestive system. So one sphincter is there which also regulate the passing out of urine through the urethra. Another important thing is that this system is called the excretory system. Okay, this is, you can say, that is excretory system. But the excretory system in case of human, it is called as urinary system also. But what happens in case of female and male, human male and human female, so this excretory system or urinary system is related to the reproductive system. That is, actually in case of male, the excretory system or urinary system is joined with reproductive system. Hence, it is called urinogenital system. There is a word urinogenital system, and this urinogenital system in case of human male, because in human male this urethra is the opening through which both urine as well as the sperm, male gamete, is passing out from the body. So this is a common part of urinary system as well as reproductive system, but it is in case of only human male. Human female has a separate opening, that is to pass out urine. Urethra opening is different, and the reproductive system, the egg is removed from the body through a opening called vagina. Vagina and urethra, they have two different opening. So in case of human female, the excretory system or urinary system is not attached with reproductive system, whereas in case of human male, the urethra is joined. It is a common part of both excretory system as well as reproductive system. Hence, it is called urinogenital system. We will discuss and we will be clear about when we will read about the reproductive system of human. Okay, so this is all about the excretory system. The main part are the kidney. So blood comes, the impure blood come to the kidney through the renal artery. The kidney filters the blood, removes the waste and forms urine, and this urine is collected through this ureter, and then it is stored in urinary bladder. It is called bladder because it can its wall is elastic in nature. It can change its size, okay, like bladder. That's why the name urinary bladder is given. So when the urine is stored inside the urinary bladder, and when it will be sufficient amount, then it will pass out through the urethra as urine, and that will be regulated by a sphincter called urinary sphincter. So this is all about the excretory system, the different part of the excretory system. Okay, then we will read about the process of mechanism of excretion, how the filtration of blood takes place inside the kidney in the next session. Till then, have a good day, and I think this part of excretion will be clear about you. Thank you very much for watching this video.